Today on Friday Focus, we will look at 60 seconds of world news, see what the environmental science kids have been up to, and check out a classroom.
Good morning, Centerville. Today is Friday, December 1st. I'm Julie Trouton.
And I'm Mary Kidwell. A lot has been happening in the world lately, including royal engagements and new information on ISIS. Kiara Plus gives us an update on our world news in 60 seconds.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle got engaged this past week. The two are believed to live at the Kensington Palace and get married in the spring of 2018. A delayed flight in Canada turned into a dance party when two musicians from Newfoundland pulled out their instruments and started playing music. The fellow passengers danced and sang along while they waited. A submarine from Argentina has not been seen for 2 weeks. The ARA San Juan has been submerged with limited supplies, and the passengers may not be able to survive. Iraqi forces took over the town of Rawah from ISIS. This was the last town ISIS had that formerly belonged to Iraq. Former Bosnian Serb army leader Ratko Mladic was recently found guilty of genocide during war in the early 1990s. He's now sentenced to life in prison. Kiara Plus, Centerville News Network.
Make sure to tune in next episode for more world news.
The wrestling season is starting up once again, so we set out Aaliyah Powell to get the over-under on this season.
As his 13th year coaching at Centerville, head coach Alan Baer states his goal this year is to individually make every person better by the end of the season. In order to have the best possible season, Baer believes the coaches have to be more patient and positive this year. The leaders of the 2017 wrestling season are Alex Clemens, Jacob Charette, and Robbie Pangalo.
A match consists of 3 periods. First period, you start on your feet and you wrestle to get a takedown, and then the next 2 periods is each person gets a choice of whether they want to go top, bottom, or neutral, and then you wrestle throughout the 3 periods, which all equals up to be 6 minutes. And then whoever gets a pin or wins by more points wins the match.
The first wrestling match will take place at Harrison this Saturday morning. Be sure to be there. Aaliyah Powell, Centerville News Network.
Make sure to go out this weekend and support the team.
Since we all had a break from school last week, we decided to see what you did for Thanksgiving. Feast your eyes on this.
I just went over to a friend's house, and they're a family friend, so we just went over, had dinner. My brother was in town from the Philippines, so I got to spend time with him. It was a nice time.
I didn't do anything because I was sick.
Family came down from Columbus, and we had a get together and stuff.
I went to the mountains in Kentucky and I rode dirt bikes for about 5 hours a day, fired shotguns, hit some clay pigeons, pretty cool, and just kind of explored the wilderness. It was really cool.
I went to a wedding in Columbus and I played soccer. I went to the movie theater 3 times.
I cooked for my family. We had about 25 people over and we played games and just had a really great time as a family. It's awesome.
I slept a lot. Yeah, I hang out with my family.
I went to Tennessee, went driving golf carts, stuff like that. Went to a lake house with my family.
I gave food to the homeless people. I handed out Thanksgiving meals, and one homeless man asked for my number and I got scared, so I said yes.
If we didn't gobble wobble up to you this time, we will get you next year.
This year, Mr. Irwin's environmental science seniors have received grant money for a project. We sent out Audrey Owens to see what it's all about.
The environmental science seniors have been hard at work on a project for FFA. We spoke to Andrew Coder to get the scoop on this project.
So the project is a pollinator habitat in the back of school. It's behind the softball fields. We are building a habitat for obviously bees and other pollinators and bats and things. So I was the head architect, so I had to help design the actual park. There's about 14 different drafts that took us at least 24 hours of my time, total.
Mr. Irwin goes into further detail about the steps his students took to compose their project.
They've done all kinds of things with this. They've worked hand in hand with the Centerville Washington Park District, who volunteered time and equipment, and we broke ground with their equipment. They are providing seeds. They secured and actually wrote and secured a grant and received almost $1,000 for supplies for some of the raised bed gardens and for some of the miscellaneous things that go along with putting in a pollinator habitat.
We wish the seniors luck. For Centerville News Network, this has been Audrey Owens.
You can ask Mr. Irwin in West 262 or any of the environmental science kids about their project.
With decorations going up for the holidays, we sent out Claire Pachano to see how the one and only Mr. G. Klein decorates his classroom on this edition of Classroom Cribs.
I'm Mr. Klein. I've been here for about 20 years. I teach AP Calculus and AP Statistics.
Klein decorates his room in a way that makes it homey, giving his students a comfortable learning environment.
My room is made this way with the dark and the lighting around the room. It's supposed to make students feel like they're at home. Most students don't have just like bright lights like you see in classrooms at their house. I try to make my room as comfortable as possible. As you can see, I have the couches in the room. My layout of the room gives everyone the ability to walk around.
Both Klein and his daughter Emily have painted an elk and tree on his walls.
My tree is painted just because I think it looks cool in the room. My daughter painted it. She also painted the elk on the wall here. There are birds up in the tree, and the birds actually represent my students. Some are high flyers, some are leaders, some are followers, and some are timid, as you can see that they're still hanging out in the tree.
Klein has been able to find an alternative method to create a smart board for his classroom.
The Wii remotes on the ceiling, they give me the ability to interact with my whiteboard, which controls my computer, directly with a infrared pen.
You can find Mr. Klein in West 224 and check out more of his room. Claire Pachano, Centerville News Network.
Students, please message us if you have any teachers you want to be featured on a future episode.
Tyler the Weatherman is back and is ready to give us all the weekend's weather updates.
Tyler, wake up! You gotta do the weather. Go.
It's your boy, it's my boy, and it's everybody's boy, Weatherman Tyler.
Tyler the Weatherman back here with another weekend forecast. So on Friday we got a high of 47 and a low of 30, and it's going to be partly cloudy all day. On Saturday we got a high of 49 and a low of 30, and again it's going to be partly cloudy. On Sunday it's bumping up to a high of 52 and a low of 31 with clear skies. On Monday we got a 57 high and a low of 40 with a chance of rain. That's all I have for you this weekend. Have a great weekend, Centerville.
Thanks, Tyler. Be sure to enjoy the weather this weekend and try to go out to support your teams.
That's all we have this week. Here's an animation clip by our very own Ashton Bogan. Have a fantabulous weekend, Centerville.
Ever since I was young, they said I won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't